Hello, my name is Rachel Woolf, and today I will be performing Night Music by Vanraj Bhatia. Vanraj Bhatia is an Indian composer who was born in 1927 in Bombay. He has written music for chamber, orchestra, film, television, opera, meditation, commercial jingles, among so many other things. His musical style is unique as it stems from his training in both Western music, as he studied with Nadia Boulanger in Paris, as well as North Indian classical or Hindustani music. And he also connects with influences of Indian folk music. Very little is known about Vanraj in the Western classical world, and in India he is mainly recognized as a composer for film music, but is still relatively unknown. Although there is a lot I can say about this piece of music and Vanraj Bhatia in particular, if you're interested, I recommend checking out my dissertation, which is completely connected to Vanraj Bhatia in this piece, and it's entitled Uncovering Aspects of Western and Indian Music and Vanraj Bhatia's Night Music for Solo Flute and selected other works. I do want to share a few things to the community of flutists that's watching today. First of all, the reason I know of this piece at all is actually due in part to the National Flute Association. In 2015, this work was chosen by Rebecca Hoven as the required repertoire for the NFA Masterclass Performers Competition. And this connected, I found out about this because a studio mate of mine was working on this piece of music, and he knew that I had connection to Indian music and wanted to know my feedback. When I was a sophomore at the University of Michigan, I learned how to play the Indian flute, and it's basically been a part of my life ever since. I want to also talk about how night music was written. Night music, which was written in 1964, exists due to a commission by musicologist, flutist, and chief of the New York Public Library's music division, Carlton Sprague Smith, who is known to have been a part of many commissions and dedications by well-known composers at the time, such as Villalobos, Ginastera, just to name a few. Bhatia visited New York City in March of 1964 to buy books for his university's music library, where he was the musicology professor at the time, and likely met Smith during this time. It was here that Smith asked Bhatia to compose a solo flute work for him. And a few weeks later, Smith threw him a party, and this was most likely where the premiere of Night Music took place. Another interesting thing is, to Bhatia's knowledge, this work has never been performed in India. Lastly, I want to discuss a few brief details regarding the musical influences of this piece that I discovered through my research. The first and last movements, which are entitled Night Music 1 and Night Music 2, are very improvisatory in nature, loosely based on a variety of pentatonic scales, which are connected to the raga Pahadi and Bhupali, which connect very closely to this major pentatonic scale. The second movement, called Song, connects to a poem that is in the front page of the score, which is entitled Song from Jammu. I discovered that this poem is more specifically a Dogri Pahadi folk song, which refers to the various hill dialects in the outer Himalayan mountains, including Jammu, Kashmir, and other surrounding areas of northern India. It is said that a folk singer in these hills cannot be imagined without a flute. The bansuri, or the Indian bamboo flute, is universally played by villagers as a folk instrument all over India and is associated with Lord Krishna. Funny enough, I discovered a transcription of this exact folk song in a book of poetry by Karan Singh, who is an Indian politician and poet, who not only translated the text of this poem, he also transcribed the actual folk song, which connects directly to the second movement. It's almost note to note the same. Although Bhatia does make some very clear deviations from the form of this song. In this performance today, before I play the second movement, I will be playing Sing's transcribed folk song on this instrument, which it would normally be performed on, most likely, which is what inspired Bhatia to write this work to begin with. And you will hear a striking resemblance between this and Bhatia's written second movement. I will also read the poem of which the second movement is based before I perform. The third movement is based very rhythmic in nature and models very closely to Indian classical form. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope that you will all consider adding this piece to your collection of solo flute repertoire and enjoy it as much as I have the last few years. Thank you so much to the NFA. Cool water, a fair moonlit night. A streamlet whispering, hidden behind the leaves. I will drink water from your hands alone, O lovely one. Clean the pitcher and keep it ready. In other people's gardens the flowers bloom, but alas, never in mine. If we were to meet, let us do so tonight, for then we know not when destiny may bring us together again. I will drink water from your hands alone, O lovely one. Clean the pitcher and keep it ready. In other people's gardens the flowers bloom, but alas, never in mine. It is not a question of worldly bargainings, my darling. My eyes are only greedy for yours. I will drink water from your hands alone, O lovely one. Clean the pitcher and keep it ready.